Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna, where we show you a lot of interesting and useful stuff from Benidorm town and Spain in general. Today we are on the lovely Albir beach, and from here we'll be giving you the latest news update. Today, first of all, let's talk about this situation. As you all know, right now we do not only have one worry but two of them. First of all is the general pandemic thing. You know that the cases here have been quite high, but they are decreasing slowly but surely. And the second news is not so good. You know that we've had this monkeypox, I think it was called, the virus, you know, that has been spreading throughout UK and Spain and some few other countries. Well, right now Spain is officially the first country of all Europe that has the biggest amount of these cases. It's been spreading quite fast, and each day we have new cases confirmed. Some people that are too sensitive to these themes, they're even saying that this is going to be the new pandemics in here. Hopefully not, fingers crossed, definitely. But so far we have more than 30 confirmed cases already. And in general, there are 10 countries throughout the world that have confirmed these cases. Here, at least in Spain, these are all men and young men, like from 18 years old up until 40s, more or less, which is surprising. However, it is what it is. The worst case scenario is in Madrid right now, which is where we have the biggest amount of cases. And here in Valencian community, so far, no cases have been confirmed just yet. This is concerning not only Spain, but also World Health Organization, which is something to be worried about, because if they are concerned, that's kind of a serious thing. It's not something deadly, you know, it's just unpleasant thing to have, but you have some fever, you have a lot of different symptoms in there, but the most important thing is that hopefully it's not going to be spreading as much. And they say that since it's being spread with a tight contact, then it's way easier to avoid. So let's hope it's going to stay where it is. The second news that I wanted to share with you all is about a huge amount of scams that we are having right now here in Spain. I suppose it's not only here, but in a lot more countries throughout the world, but especially right now, they're activated as crazy. And I'm going to give you a few examples of the scams, just in case you are living here, or if when you will be here, so that you would be already ready for it and would not get inside of the trap so that they would steal your money. First of all, what they are saying is that it's an SMS message. Right now, not a lot of people use SMS already. However, many companies like banks, telecommunication companies like internet companies and phone companies as well, the Post, the National Spanish Post, Correos, they also use these type of messages to let you know some certain things, you know. However, they never ever ask you for anything in these messages, which is really important to clarify. There have been some messages, which I have one right here because it happened to one of the people that I know. Just moved in recently to Spain, so that person was not aware on what's happening and got into this scam and almost got his money stolen. So this was basically the SMS from Correos, which was basically saying that your package has been moved to the Correos, to the post office, because you need to pay some certain amount of money for the borders, you know, that they charged extra for the package to pass through the border to Spain. And you can do it through the following link. First of all, Spanish Correos will never ever send you a link to pay, because either they will leave you a note, like a white yellow note, saying that you need to pass to the office to pick your package up, and then if you need to pay something, you can pay it there. Or the person from Correos will come directly to your house, will give you the package and will say, hey, there is some amount of money that you still need to pay. Do you want to pay it now, by cash, or how you want to do it? Or pass to the office to pick it up later on. But in this case, they've sent a link, which basically you need to go in there, you put your card details. It's like a fake Correos website. And there you got your card details stolen, including the security number, which would allow them basically to make any kind of purchase. In this case, the bank was really clever and has blocked the card immediately. But if it would not be the case, that person could have lost a lot of money on different purchases. The second one is phone scams, which are one of the most popular ones. They're calling you from phone companies like Vodafone, Movistar, Orange, like a lot of different ones here in Spain, and they say that they need to refund you not a big, but like average amount of money, like 100 euros, 150, because they've charged you too much on your phone bill of the last like several months. And when you say, okay, that's fine, like do it, they are asking you for your credit card details, including the security PIN number for your card. A lot of people know already that all the details are there. You should never give details like this by the phone. However, especially older people and like elderly people, they don't know about it. They don't really get much about the technologies and what you can and cannot do online right now. And they just trust these people, which is when the money gets stolen. The last one of them is the scam from the banks as well, which just call you. They say that I'm from your bank, you are the person this, and that, which they get probably from social media, the name and last name and all that. And they're saying that they want to give you back the interest that they charge you for some different operations on your bank account. And they ask you the same thing. They ask you for your either username and password from your online banking system or for your card details to be able to steal all the data that they can from you. I'm telling this because I've heard lately a lot of people got into these issues and they got a lot of money stolen and their bank accounts were blocked. You know, it's just unpleasant thing that is better to avoid. So if someone sends you messages like this, think twice. Don't rush into clicking any kind of links at all or giving your data. If you want to know if it's actually true or not, call your bank, call your phone company directly to their official number and ask if it's what's happening. If it's actually true, perfect, you got your money refunded. But if it's not, you might be really, really happy that you did not trust them and you've checked it out before doing anything. And the last news comes from our lovely Benidorm town, Levante or Poniente Beach. This is always a dilemma that a lot of people are dealing with, especially if you want to buy a property here or rent one, either for shorter or for long term to move towards Spain. Officially, there is a difference of almost 1,000 euros per square meter, depending on the area where you will decide to buy or rent the property. I have here all the official data, but before that, I want to say that I'm sure a lot of you already know, but Levante Beach part is the most touristic one. It's the most occupied one in terms of businesses, cafeterias, hotels. It's also the most crowded one out of all Benidorm, I must say. And Poniente Beach, it's the area that has not stopped expanding during the last decade, more or less. There's a lot of new skyscrapers emerging there, a lot of new buildings which constantly modify the skyline of Benidorm town. And this is also less crowded so far area, with more families wanting to live there each time. And the real estate boom, the true explosion of the real estate on the Poniente Beach is just incredible. People have paid recently around 2 million euros for some of the apartments in the newly built buildings on the first line of the Poniente Beach. Can you imagine that? Right now, the square meter on the Levante Beach costs 3,202 euros average, and it's 7% more than last year, so the prices have increased quite a lot. And on the Poniente Beach, so far it's 2,679. It's just 600 euros less than Levante Beach. Before, there was a huge difference between the two areas. Poniente Beach was less expensive one, you know, not as popular one, but right now it's changing completely. So really soon, I think that these parts will be equally priced. And in the future, maybe, just maybe, Poniente Beach will be even more expensive than the Levante is right now. For you to have an official comparison, the most expensive area in Alicante town is the Playa of San Juan, which is San Juan Beach area. It's the best area to live for a family with or without children, solo or in a couple, but it's the best area in terms of the quality of living. So right there, right now, the square meter costs around 2,800 euros per square meter, which is around the price and even less than the Levante Beach, which is just crazy. The rentals are the other way around, totally the opposite right now. For rentals, Levante Beach costs around 10 euros 70 cents square meter. So for 100 meters apartment, you would pay around 1,000 euros already, which is not cheap at all. Let me know if it's cheap, by the way, for your country, because I know people from different countries watch this channel, so let us know. But for us, 1,000 euros for a 100-meter apartment is quite expensive for our area still. And on Poniente Beach, it's even more expensive. It's 11 euros and 40 cents, which makes it 1,140 euros, basically 1,140 euros per the apartment of 100 square meters, which is a huge amount of money. It's basically the salary of one single person, which is why they say that one person cannot rent the big apartment. In here, you need to be working, both of you in the family at least, with like good medium type of salary jobs to be able to afford this kind of living here in Spain, or if not, move to cheaper areas. Where is the cheapest area to buy or to rent in Benidorm? Right now, according to Idealista website, which is one of the leading portals for the real estate here in Spain, they say that the cheapest one is the Benidorm's city center, not the old town, because that's a different thing, but the city center is the cheapest one, both to buy and to rent the property. You might be considering checking the Benidorm city center to see for slightly cheaper options, or some areas around Benidorm, like for example Finestrat, Alfaz del Pi, or any other. And now let's talk about the weather in Spain. What is waiting for all those of you who are coming during the next following days to Benidorm or Spain in general? Right now it's 10:20 in the morning and the thermometers right here are already showing 27-28 degrees on the sunshine, which is quite a lot. However, it's not 30-31 that we've had the previous days right here. In Spain, there is a strange thing happening. It's supposed to be sunny and warm all these days. However, on the north parts of Spain, there are some clouds and some rain coming in, which, by the way, will be here tomorrow. Tomorrow in the evening, after like 2-4 p.m., there's going to be some clouds coming to the area. And in the evening/night time, there might be even some light rain. However, the next day in the morning, we will wake up as nothing ever happened. Sunny weather back again for the rest of the week and the beginning of the other. The temperatures are milder than they were. Some people said that, wow, 27-28 degrees and you call it a heat wave. Well, that's because for May it's not normal temperature, it's abnormal. It should be way less in May here in Spain. And if you consider that in South Spain they reached 43 degrees, 44 yesterday, that is a heat wave. Definitely it is a heat wave for us, for the dates when we are at. If it would be July, August, I would say, well, no, it's not a heat wave, it's normal temperatures for us. But for May, they are definitely not. Still today, there are 33-34 degrees in South, but not 42 that we've had yesterday. Today, here around 27-28. In Alicante, 34 degrees today. In Barcelona, 24. Granada, 30. Malaga, 35 still. In Sevilla, 33. Madrid, 28. Murcia, today, 34. Balearic Islands, 32. Canarian, 23-26. Canarian Islands seem not to be affected so much by the heat wave in general and by warm temperatures. And in Valencia, around 32. Tomorrow temperatures will drop a little bit more due to the clouds and due to the possible rain in the evening, and then starting from these days they will stabilize around 27 degrees, so no 30-32 here as we've had the previous days, which is already a huge relief. The water temperature, by the way, right now is around 20.3 degrees, which lowered it down just a little bit. Not sure why this is happening. However, it's slightly lower than it was the previous days, but it's still a comfortable temperature, which is why you can see a lot of people swimming already from early morning. this was the latest news update from Spain and our lovely Benidorm's region. Those of you who are coming on holidays, I wish you a lovely, lovely holiday. Make sure you stay hydrated, drink a lot of water, you bring your sunscreen, sun hat, sunglasses, and be careful while swimming. And I'm sure you'll be having an amazing stay in Spain. And we'll see each other very, very soon with a new interesting video. I'll see you then. Bye.